Jimmy Uso crippled after tragic car accident, WWE career in jeopardy. Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we've got some truly surprising and heartwarming news from the WWE Universe. The WWE Universe is in mourning tonight as heartbreaking news spreads like wildfire. Jimmy Uso, one half of one of the greatest tag teams in WWE history, has been involved in a tragic car accident that has left him crippled. The man who helped define the Bloodline, who stood tall beside Roman Reigns, Jey Uso, and Solo Sikoa, now lies in a hospital bed, unable to walk. This is not just a wrestling story. This is a story of pain, loss, survival, and perhaps the final chapter in the legendary in-ring career of Jimmy Uso. The crash that shook WWE. It was a quiet Wednesday night in Pensacola, Florida. Jimmy Uso, real name Jonathan Fatu, had just returned home after a grueling WWE live event loop. He was reportedly heading to a local diner to meet family when tragedy struck. Around 10:41 p.m., Jimmy's red Dodge Challenger collided with a cargo truck at the intersection of Pine Forest Road and Highway 297. The truck, according to early police reports, had run a red light at high speed. The result was catastrophic. Eyewitness reports describe a horrific scene: metal twisted like paper, smoke pouring from both vehicles, and Jimmy's car flipped onto its side, its roof nearly crushed in. Paramedics arrived within minutes. Jimmy was found unconscious and unresponsive. A fight for life. Firefighters had to break through the passenger door to extract Jimmy from the wreckage. Emergency responders described his injuries as grave and trauma-inducing. He was rushed to Sacred Heart Hospital in Pensacola, where trauma teams worked tirelessly through the night to stabilize him. The damage was extensive: crushed pelvis, fractured spine L2, L3, L5 vertebrae, broken right leg in 3 places, collapsed lung, severe concussion, internal bleeding. He was placed in a medically induced coma for 48 hours to reduce swelling around his brain and spine. WWE reacts with shock and pain. WWE broke the news on social media in the early hours of the morning. Jimmy Uso has been involved in a tragic car accident and sustained multiple life-threatening injuries. Our thoughts are with him and his family during this unimaginable time. Backstage morale plummeted. The SmackDown locker room, where Jimmy was a veteran leader, was described as shattered. Triple H immediately released a video statement. Jimmy Uso is not just a superstar. He's family. We're all praying for him. WWE will do everything in its power to support him and the entire Anoa family. The family gathers. Within hours, the entire Bloodline family flew to Pensacola. Roman Reigns, Jey Uso, Solo Sikoa, Paul Heyman, Rikishi, and even The Rock were reportedly in attendance at the hospital. Jimmy's wife, Naomi, who herself just recently survived a terrifying car crash of her own, was seen being comforted by Jey and Roman outside the ICU wing. Tears, prayers, and silence consumed the waiting room. The family was told the brutal truth: even if Jimmy survived, he may never walk again. WHO is Jimmy Uso. To understand the devastation of this moment, we must remember who Jimmy Uso is. A tag team legend, a 7-time WWE Tag Team Champion, a proud member of the Anoa dynasty, half of the Usos, arguably the most dominant tag team of the modern era. Jimmy wasn't just Roman's cousin. He was his enforcer, his equal, his blood. He brought charisma, fire, and authenticity to WWE in a way few ever could. His matches with The New Day, The Bar, and the Street Profits are already etched in wrestling history. And now, it all hangs in the balance. The locker room pays tribute. At that week's Raw and SmackDown tapings, WWE superstars wore "We the Ones" armbands in Jimmy's honor. An emotional segment aired where Roman Reigns stood in the ring with Paul Heyman and Solo Sikoa, looking visibly heartbroken. Reigns broke character for the first time in years. This ain't about the Bloodline storyline. This is about family. My cousin, my brother, Jimmy Uso is fighting the toughest battle of his life right now. If you've ever acknowledged me, then acknowledge him. Fans erupted into "Use, use, use" chants. The medical update. Devastating news. 3 days after the accident, doctors called a press conference alongside the family. Their words were heavy. Jimmy Uso has suffered spinal cord damage that has resulted in paralysis from the waist down. We cannot guarantee recovery. He may never regain full use of his legs. The room fell silent. Jey Uso reportedly walked out in tears. Naomi collapsed into her seat. Roman was seen staring blankly into space. Jey Uso's breakdown. Jey Uso, Jimmy's twin brother, finally spoke on SmackDown the following week. He entered the ring in all black, without music, holding his brothers, down since day one, towel. We were born together. We grew up together. We wrestled together. And now, he's in that bed. Man, he's in that bed and he can't move. Tears streamed down his face. They told us we were just tag team guys. Jimmy told them, nah, we the ones. And now they're telling us he may never walk again. Nah, my brother's a warrior. He gonna walk. You hear me, Uso? You gonna walk again. The crowd erupted in applause. Chants of, you see, shook the arena. Flashback to greatness. Jimmy Uso's legacy is not just titles and matches. It's laughter. It's unity. It's being the glue that kept the bloodline strong. He gave us the, you see, movement. He gave us main event tag classics. And more than anything, he gave us realness. He once told Corey Graves in an interview, when it's all over, I just want people to say I was real. That I brought my full self to the ring. That I never quit. That quote now lives on every fan's timeline. On shirts, on posters, on signs that flood the front rows of WWE shows. The world responds. The wrestling world didn't stay silent. The Rock posted, my cousin Jimmy is a true warrior. You've beaten everything else, Uso. You'll beat this too. Becky Lynch. I've seen him bring the locker room to life. That same energy is gonna bring him back. John Cena. One of the most talented and charismatic performers I've ever shared a locker room with. Stay strong, Jimmy. Even AEW stars like Chris Jericho and the Young Bucks shared messages of support. WWE fans organized a vigil outside the hospital. 1,000 glow sticks, LED wristbands, and chants filled the Florida night. Jimmy wakes up. 5 days after the accident, Jimmy woke up from the induced coma. He couldn't speak much, but when he saw Naomi and Jey at his bedside, he smiled weakly and whispered, still here. It was a small phrase, but it hit like thunder. Doctors confirmed his mental faculties were fully intact. But the road ahead would be grueling. The bloodline stands strong. Back on SmackDown, Roman Reigns cut a passionate promo. This ain't about championships anymore. This is about family. Jimmy Uso gave everything to this business. And now we give it back to him. He announced WWE would sponsor Jimmy's full recovery, including a state-of-the-art rehab facility in Orlando, named the One Center, dedicated to helping injured athletes. Jimmy's video message. 2 weeks after the accident, WWE aired a video from Jimmy's hospital room. Jimmy, sitting upright in a wheelchair, spoke into the camera. Yo, WWE Universe. It's ya boy Jimmy Uso. I ain't gonna lie, this hurts. But I ain't going out like this. You, feel me. He flashed his signature hand gesture.